an expression of though? What is it that
it's an expression of your subconscious. It's a complete understanding, and it helps us to identify so many things. I remember when I was doing my shadow work, one of the drawings I did, I made a queen, and I thought I was making a queen, but you know what? When I was understanding it, I had drawn lines on the face. So there was a crown, and then I had drawn lines. The queen ka chehra was like this. It was such a big shadow. There was a part of my personality, the face, I'm so ashamed of, I'm not showing, that came out in the drawing.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I will try and share my screen. Just 1 second. I have a lot of groups also open. So, okay. Can everyone see my screen? And we've got...
just ask her one question. Just ask her one question immediately. The aunt is yelling at me. Very good. Ask her, has she become as fat as her aunt? How is her weight? Ask her her weight. That's the first thing which struck me.
Okay.
How are her hips?
Okay. And that's interesting that she also drew herself in that frame, Doc.
I was very fat as her, she's saying. So do you understand what she did? She just became like her aunt. So ask her, is her personality today very similar to the aunt? Is she similar in her looks or her behavior? Just please ask her.
Okay, all right. Why don't we take her on? Let me stop sharing and we can discuss further. I'll just check. I'm just checking your name. Just 1 sec. Misha, would you be okay to come on and speak with us? Yeah, I'll unmute you. Okay, Misha, what would be your name on Zoom? I think.
Manisha. I know.
Yeah.
She's my client.
Hi, Manisha.
Hi.
Hi, Manisha.
Hi, Dr. Geetanjali.
Kaise ho aap?
Yeah, so this is the first thing I drew. I have lots of shadow work to do.
So, and I know she was quite fat.
Yeah.
And today she is not. Let's not get into the how.
Yes.
But did you just pick? I'm so sorry. I'm not going to do that. Is your nature, Manisha, just like your aunt today, or you became like a aunt in the body?
So body, yes, but hereditary, everyone in my family was big size. So it's not because of my aunt. My father was big size, my mother was big size, my grandparents were big size. So it's not because only of her. Everyone in my family was big size person. So can't say that it's her exclusive domain. But yeah, I became extremely rude and abrupt and angry like her. And
exactly.
I do have
I was just asking so your shadow, what have you put in your shadow? Your power to be diplomatic. That has been your shadow. Do you understand? आप rude और जो है वो आपका shadow नहीं है. आपका power जो है sweetly बात करने का. आपका power जो है diplomatically express करने का. आपने अपना true expression shadow में डाल दिया. आप जो अच्छे से बात करते थे ना पहले, you were able to talk nicely, you were sweet to people, you were kind to people, all that is in the shadow. Do you understand now what is the shadow, your shadow?
I'm also become very envious like her. She was always used to be full of envy, and that is something also that I have picked up now that I'm listening to your call. So I thought it was always my problem, but now I realize I picked it up from her. Now talking to you,
I'm so happy. I'm so happy, Manisha. Also, because you became envious, you stopped loving yourself.
Yes.
So the part which loved self also is in the shadow. So if I have disconnected with the part जो खुद को प्यार करता है, मैं जो भी हूँ, I love myself. So I will not even find somebody else, Manisha, to love me. So partnership issues, relationship issues, आएंगे ही आएंगे.
Oh.
Your aunt was married?
Yeah, very happily. She had a fabulous love marriage. Her children loved her like goddess. Everyone loved her like goddess. Only the torture happened to me and my family. She's my bua. She's no more. She passed away. She had a lot of regrets for abusing us all her life. From childhood, she abused me a lot, and my mother.
So
my
maybe
mother
you,
tried.
maybe you decided not to have a family or whatever because of the way she treated you. You never know what you have put in your shadow.
Ah.
But something very positive you have put in the shadow.
Oh, and that is? Oh, okay, okay. Thanks for clarifying. Yeah.
Yeah, you can find a lot of things about yourself, your positive aspects which are in the shadow today.
Oh. Thanks, Dr. Geetanjali.
Welcome.
Thanks, Manisha. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for sharing, Manisha.
That's really interesting, Doc. Doc, there are a bunch of others as well. Drawings that have come in. Do we want to take a quick look at it now, or shall
I have
we
no
come
problems. Whatever you feel, Ruchika, I don't.
We can take a quick look.
I can't control.
Right now. Just one sec. I'm going to share my screen again, and we can see. I'm not sure we'll be able to take on everybody just talk to us, but we can definitely at least look at the drawings and give them some insights on it. Okay.
Okay.
Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who is this person? My father. Where's the person? The person is not there in this picture?
No, it's just their abusive father, it says.
Okay. So now I would like to speak to this person. What has he, because what I'm seeing is that he doesn't exist anywhere. He has given up his identity. His identity is in his shadow.
Okay. You mean his own identity, is it?
Own identity is in the shadow. So I would like to understand how his life is today.
Okay.
The father is larger than life.
Okay. Let me take help from the team. Could you just unmute the person? I can't see their names. And I do want to remind everybody once that this is going to be on social media. So when you are coming on, do know that means you are basically consenting for it to be okay to put on social media as well. Yeah. If you have any problems, just let us know. We won't take you on. Yeah. All right. Let me just check if we can. Can I just request Shilpa or Misbah to check this person's name is S in our group? It's just showing up as S. It's the picture with the abusive father, and if we can just unmute them.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Is it okay if I don't turn on the video?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So okay, can you tell me something?
I did not know that I have to draw myself as well.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. I don't want you to draw now. This is good enough for me. I just want to know, how is your life today?
It's horrible, to be honest. And I am a student. I'm not earning yet. And the thing about my life is I can't go anywhere. Like I can't go to my house, the place I am staying. I have very abusive people here, like mentally abusive. I'm not happy at the place I'm staying. I cannot go to my own house, and slowly, little by little, all my relatives are. I'm realizing how toxic my relatives are, and I'm losing connections with them as well. So basically, there is no real place I can, stay at. Like I can definitely go to my home, but the thing is, I'm scared to go to my home because I don't know what a kind of abuse I'm going to. Because even my parents were physically abusive, like beating and stuff. So it's very scary.
So you are a student of what?
I'm a Carnatic music student. I am studying.
And have you been able to get an identity? Because you have put your identity in the shadow.
To be honest, I have almost no identity of myself.
So that's the part of you we have to take out through the shadow work. Do you understand? Until the time you don't go to your identity, that part of you which is, and it's okay, you put yourself, and I'm very happy you didn't put yourself. That's what I said. Picture speaks 1,000 words. It tells so much about a person's psyche. So your identity, which is in the shadow, is something that we have to come out. Okay. Until the time we don't reach that part of you, which is in the shadow, you will not be able to create an identity for yourself outside, and nobody will recognize you. Nobody will know you. You'll be nothing almost. I'm so sorry, but we can. Do you understand where am I coming from?
Yes, I totally do.
So
that's actually very true. I don't have an identity of myself.
The identity is in the shadow, but we can always bring it out. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shweta, for coming on.
Thank you so much.
It does take a huge amount of courage to, also say that, okay, this is what it is right now. But it also means that this is your starting point. That's it. This is where you start. Where we are doesn't have to be necessarily mean where we have to remain. Yeah. And that's where we all come in. That's where Mystic Lotus, Dr. Geetanjali, Saxena, that's what we are all here for, to enable you to use the starting point and to get going. So thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
So Doc, we've got a lot of interesting images. I've just scrolled up a few as well. There's one here and there's one here as well.
This person who has drawn this, I would like to speak to this person.
The one with a lot of people.
Yeah. It's a split personality.
I think let me request the team to help me with this.
It's a highly confused personality.
We'll just take them all.
Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Hi, I'm Pragya.
Hi, Pragya.
Okay, hi Pragya. How are you?
Yes. So this is a lot of anger, and when you told to draw, and I was like, I'm angry at everything and everyone, I suppose, including myself.
So can you tell Pragya who the person you have drawn? You can't criticize. Is anger you can't criticize, or there's a person behind that anger?
Sometimes there's just situation in general life and everything, and sometimes there are people. Yes.
So you haven't drawn that person today
because it's not just one particular person.
So why didn't you draw a group of people?
Because I feel anger at a lot of people.
Lot of?
Because I feel this anger at a lot of people.
And because you're angry, do you have any migraine or any kind of cholesterol issues right now?
Borderline cholesterol, yes, not migraine as such.
But cholesterol is there, right?
Yeah.
And are you married?
No.
So relationship also?
Yes, actually everything, with my health, with the finances, with career, with relationship.
Nothing is moving.
Yeah.
So this is also a lot of confusion, which I don't know about the anger, but for me, this is a lot of confusion, and there's a lot of personalities within yourself. There are a lot of split personalities within you. There is a part of you which is very sweet. There's a part of you which is very angry. There's a part of you which is very generous, which is a part of you which is very compassionate. There's a part of you which is very, very vicious. And there's also a part of you which is very cruel. So this is all that confusion, and you don't know where you're going in life. What do you do, Pragya?
Nothing. And you're right, I'm very confused. And I do have all these parts, and I'm very aware of all of them.
Have you ever, I'm so sorry, I don't mean to be offensive, but have you ever been to a psychiatrist?
I have.
Did the psychiatrist tell you that you have some kind of a personality disorder?
No, I went at a very young age. I think
Very
I was in
nice.
school. Yeah, I went in school because I was dealing with all this. I think since then, but my major problem was to take care of my emotions at that point of time. I was very vulnerable, very emotional, and I couldn't say no to anything to anyone. And that is what they helped me with, to deal with my emotions and be more practical when I'm in school or when I go to college. But that's about it.
Okay. So you really need the shadow work because you have repressed your courage, you have repressed your strength, you have repressed your power, you have repressed your clarity in the shadow.
Yeah.
And even kindness also to self, you have repressed in this shadow. So you have to get out these parts from your shadow work. Okay. So yours a complex case of a shadow.
Okay.
Okay, there are many shadows.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pragya, for coming in.